Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. Isn't this quilt pretty? I know it looks real busy, but this is actually a very simple quilt to put together. So what I'm going to show you is how to make this hourglass shape that you see here. Also, if you want, I'll show you how you can do one more step to make these little miniature hourglass shapes in the corner. Okay, let's get started. To make this hourglass shape, you need two squares, and one is your background fabric, and then one is the actual hourglass shape. You can use as many colors as you like, but if you're going to make a big quilt, make sure that your background fabric is the same in all of your blocks. Take both squares and you're going to bring front sides of the fabric. That's called right side. I also call it the pretty side. Bring them together and place pins all around the edges. Then stitch a 1/4 inch wide seam and do that on all 4 edges. And then make sure you press your edges flat with a hot iron. Now you're going to cut from corner to corner, and I'm going to use a rotary cutter. Now, if you don't have a rotary cutter, make sure you draw a straight line with a light pencil, one here and one there, and then place pins in the center to hold the fabric together in here. And then use your scissors to cut on those lines. Now, I'm using this turning little mat right here. If you don't have something like this, it's not necessary that you have it. A wonderful viewer left a tip saying just use a small placemat. It doesn't need to be a little turntable like this. Place your ruler right there on the corners and then go ahead and either draw the line or use a rotary cutter to cut. Now don't move your fabric. Turn it to where you can line up on the other side. Line these corners up with your ruler, and again, cut corner to corner. And when you're done, you'll have 4 pieces that look like this that are called half square triangles. Now you want to stack these half square triangles to where your darkest fabric is on top. And then you're going to press this dark fabric towards your seam. So just open it up and press it with an iron, and make sure you do it on all of your pieces. So when you're done, your pieces are going to look like this. Your next step that you need to do is you need to square it up. It might not come out perfectly square, and in order for these pieces to fit together, everything needs to be perfectly squared. This is a 12.5 inch square ruler. If you're going to get into quilting or you're going to be a serious quilter, I highly recommend you purchase a 12.5 inch square ruler. If you make a lot of quilts, you're going to use this so much. It's a very valuable tool and will help you with better accuracy in making your squares. So on here, I want to make sure these are 6.5 inch square. So I have put a little post-it here on the 6.5 inch square line here and the 6.5 inch square line going this way. Then you'll notice going through the center of this area is a line. It's going corner to corner. So take your square, place this line on top of your seam. So take your time, line it up. Also, line up the edges here. And what you're looking for is anything that happens to be sticking out. So there's just a little bit over here that is sticking out of this corner. So if you have that, then go ahead and trim it off. Then to make sure everything is still okay, take this corner and bring it over here. So I'm going to turn it. And you're not just looking at your corners, you're looking at all of the edges. So I'm lining everything up again just to make sure it's all good. And it looks like it is. The only thing that's out here are the little tails, which all of you will have. And so then you want to just go ahead and trim it off. So do that to all of your blocks. You're going to lay your blocks out in this order. Bring two of them together where your darkest fabrics are touching in the corner here. Take your other two and bring the lighter fabric in towards the center, like this. Then you want to stitch each row together so you can see your basic hourglass shape forming. So bring in row 1, bring your blocks together like this and stitch a 1/4 inch wide seam. Then bring these two together and stitch a 1/4 inch wide seam. Then after stitching, you're going to press these seams. Then with the darker fabric in the corner here, you're going to unfold it and press this seam towards this dark fabric here. And then do the same thing with this one, darker fabric on top after stitching, and then press with your seam going towards this darker fabric. Then after stitching, you're going to bring your blocks together back like this. They're all stitched together here and here. Then bring this row on top of this row and stitch, and then go ahead and press your seams. It doesn't matter at this point which way your seam is going when you press it. So before I show you the next step of stitching the little hourglasses on, this is what your block is going to look like. So it'll look great if you decide this is as far as you want to go. Then you can stop what you're doing and then skip this step, and I'll show you how to do the next step. So to make the smaller hourglass shape, you'll need 2.5 inch squares. You'll need 2 of your background fabric and 2 of your hourglass block fabric. And on the wrong side of the fabric, that's the back side, the not so pretty side, you're going to place a ruler corner to corner, and then you're going to draw a line through the center of all of your squares. When you go to put the squares on your block, you want to take the hourglass square here and place it on the background, the corner of the background fabric. And then your background fabric square will go on the corner of the hourglass fabric. And you place it into the corner like this and place a few pins to hold it down. Then you're going to stitch from corner to corner. Now, while you are stitching, you want to not exactly stitch right on top of the drawn line. You want to just slightly stitch off center on this side, the outside of the block, slightly off of that line, so that when you finish stitching, this fabric will fold over and be even with your edges. Then take a ruler, place the 1/4 inch line on your ruler on top of the drawn line right there, and cut this corner off. Then go ahead and fold this over, kind of finger press it just a little bit, and then again, using a hot iron with steam, press it over, and do that on all of your corners. In this quilt, I used 3 different fabrics, and when I went to go place them, this is the order I placed them in. I did the green first, then I placed the polka dot, and then the brown. Because this was the second block, I used it as the first block, then the brown, then the green. Because this was the third block, I used it as the first block, then the green, then the polka dot. So when you're matching up in the corners, you want to try and match the same two colors together. And if I go over here, you'll notice the two browns are together. So that's a suggestion for doing it. Now, if you're using a whole bunch of different prints in this quilt, it won't really matter. Just try to have a print to a print and your backgrounds together so that it will accentuate this hourglass shape. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that I've inspired you to try making this particular block. Now, if you're interested in other projects that have to do with quilting, then check below your YouTube screen in the description section. So as you're scrolling down, look for the word more. Click on that, and that section will expand open and you will see a variety of links appearing. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you go and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.